Hey yo, what's going on everybody? It's Tylarious aka Ty Killington. Yeah, man. Alright, today's video is a good one. We're talking about the brand new Grotti Itali GTO Stinger TT XYZ DTHCOPP, you know me. Alright, anyways though, the GTO Stinger is one of the newest vehicles brought to us via the San Andreas Mercenaries DLC. There's a lot to talk about with this car, a lot. It's extremely expensive and it has a lot of features. All right, let's go ahead and talk about that price. $2,380,000 to purchase the Itali GTO Stinger TT, and that's just a half of it. This car, like several others with the SAM DLC, are both Imani Tech applicable and have HSW performance upgrades. So not only does that add to the vehicle in itself, it also makes the vehicle extremely expensive, right? Let's go ahead and look at the customization and check out some of the Imani Tech armor upgrades. The armor plating will set you back $142,500 for the GTO Stinger. In addition to that, you got your standard upgrades, right? Now, what I would recommend is that I would hold off on the performance upgrades until you are ready to upgrade it with HSW, because the HSW upgrades are going to be superior to your standard upgrades. And we'll talk all about that. You know, just like all my review and testing and guide videos with vehicles, we'll talk about the performance, top end speed around a track, and we'll talk about the defensive capabilities with particular vehicles like this one, due to the fact that it has the Imani Tech upgrades, all right? And as you can tell here, there's a lot of customization with this vehicle. Definitely appreciate that. 18 different hoods. Moving on with some of the Imani Tech upgrades, you've got the remote control unit that you can add to your car, making it basically like an RC vehicle, and you also have the missile lock-on jammer. It'll set you back 250 for the remote control unit and 380,000 for the missile lock-on jammer. 11 different liveries for the vehicle. These are the standard liveries. There will be a couple extra for the HSW upgrades for those liveries. But yeah, I always say a car that's expensive, it needs to have a lot of customization. And the Stinger, you know, the GTO Stinger has that. It's very good customization. With the Imani Tech upgrade, you can also add the slick proximity mines to the vehicle as well, which is always nice, right? Kind of trolling kids in free mode with that is a lot of fun. Moving on with the cosmetics, you got your interior trim color. You've got 20 different skirt options. Most of them are going to be your carbon, your primary, your secondary paints. And then again, we'll look at this just briefly, but the HSW upgrades for cosmetics, you have the forged carbon, you have the HSW liveries, a few extra little things. Mainly, HSW upgrades are going to focus on performance, which again, we'll talk about that here in just a moment. Sun strips, you have several of those. You got your different suspension options. You'll have HSW suspension upgrades as well. So another thing you may want to, hold off until you upgrade the vehicle with HSW tech. You got your window tint options, all that good stuff. Now moving over to the HSW, the LS Carmi over here with Hal. The HSW upgrades are expensive. Just to get in the door, $1,347,100. So we're talking about a $3.7 million car just to purchase and get with HSW performance upgrades. We're not even including the cosmetic upgrades, the Imani Tech upgrades, and the HSW performance upgrades. So you're looking at $4.5 to $5 million vehicle right here. Very expensive, arguably one of the most expensive cars in the game. Now let's talk about this performance, all right? So stock, the GTO Stinger TT will come in at a respectable 105.14 miles per hour, right? That's stock. Now, when you add standard performance upgrades, we're talking about 116.79 miles per hour. So you gain roughly 10 miles per hour with your standard upgrades. Now, when you decide to make the HSW upgrades, not only, like I was saying, do you have cosmetic HSW specific upgrades, but the performance upgrades are crucial, right? You have suspension, HSW upgrades, you've got transmission, you've got HSW turbos, engine upgrades, a lot. And it makes a dramatic difference from stock, from standard upgrades, both of them. It really is definitely worth it. With HSW performance upgrades, the GTO Stinger reaches speeds of 144.16 miles per hour. That dethrones the Vigero ZX at 140.88 miles per hour. So the GTO Stinger is now the fastest land vehicle in the game. It's crazy. But how does that good top speed resonate for a vehicle around a track? And in the past, sometimes top end speed doesn't really help you as much if you don't have good handling on the vehicle for actual track races. So the GTO Stinger, I'm glad to say it actually is a very good handling vehicle. There is a learning curve with it. The vehicle is heavier. It does slide around a little bit because it is rear-wheel drive. And I think for players that are used to the Itali GTO, you could still stick with that and be very competitive, if not even beat the GTO Stinger. But the GTO Stinger overall, on the majority of tracks, especially longer tracks, are going to be dominant. But on those smaller tracks with a lot of turns, you can still be competitive with vehicles like the Itali GTO. Now, moving on to the armaments, you can use all types of different weapons from inside the vehicle, throwables, AP pistol, tactical, SMG, all that good stuff. Again, no bulletproof resistant glass with the GTO Stinger. It's kind of a trend now with these vehicles, even though they have Imani Tech. They don't have the bulletproof glass. So keep that in mind. If you pull up on somebody in free mode, they can just mark you out to the windshield. Now, explosive defensive capability, it's very good. The GTO Stinger can withstand 4 RPG rockets. It can withstand 12 Mark II rockets, which is very good. Not too bad at all. It'll withstand 4 sticky bombs, right? And again, this is with full upgraded Imani Tech armor. 4 grenade launcher rounds. Now, this vehicle is not the best overall vehicle with the Imani Tech defensive capabilities, but again, it's still pretty good. 10 Mark II explosive pump rounds. All right, let's keep that in mind. Got that pump out there. 9 railgun rounds. So the railgun tends to be a little bit stronger than the explosive round Mark II ammunition, right? As you see right here, 10 explosive sniper rounds before the vehicle is destroyed. And yes, it does have RC mode, but the RC mode damage values are the same. And keep in mind, when you go into RC mode, your character will disappear off the map. Alright, it's a little OP, but you can have some fun with it. And yeah, I like the Itali GTO Stinger TT. It's a fun car. It's got a lot of good qualities to it, good performance, good defensive capabilities. Only thing is that it's just really expensive. You know, we're talking about $5.5 million fully maxed out. So do I recommend that you purchase the GTO Stinger TT? Yes, I do. I do recommend purchasing this vehicle at some point. You don't have to have it immediately, but it is going to be one of the top vehicles for several different categories, all right? If you guys got any questions, leave them in the comments down below. Anything you want to add, leave it in the comments down below as well. Thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure you are subscribed to my channel for the Hills Reels content in the game. Smash that like button. See you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out. Yeah.